and here in East Coast, East Coast Canada, New Brunswick to be specific. All right, I see recording in progress. Here we go. Thank you very much. So if anybody is not talking, you can mute your mic so that way we don't have feedback from the background, okay? And so we can able to enjoy this particular session here. So welcome to Shad Canada Design Thinking Workshop and Design for the Future, Empathy Technology and the Physical World, hosted by Michelle McFarlane. Michelle, thank you very much for being here today. Okay, Shad Canada's EDI's manager. Okay, BBPN Inc. Is warmly welcome and invites you to this session, offering to grade 10 youths and above, and enlightening STEM knowledge, exposing. Michelle, please introduce yourself and guide us through this empowering process. BBPN is a Black-led nonprofit organization dedicated to education, providing platform for sharing and collaborating with organizations like Shad Canada to empower our community. Michelle, the stage is yours. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much to the BBPN. So I can see there's a few more people trickling in. So my name is Michelle. I work with Shad Canada. And I'm so excited to have you on the call. So if there's any youth on the call, can you just let me know in the chat box what grade you're in before we get started? So what grade are you in? Hi, everyone. Just starting off by asking what grades we're in. Or if you're a parent or guardian and you have a youth in the home, what grade is your youth?
So if you're online, you're a parent and you have children at home, you have youths, which grade are your youths or your child? Please say that's what Michelle is asking here.
Grade 9. Okay, great. Grade 5 and grade 9. Oh, wow. That's a great diversity. Yeah. Grade 3. Okay, good. So we have younger students. Okay, that's great. That's a really broad variety. Okay, so for the individuals that have youth that are a bit younger, like grade 5 and grade 3, I think this will be a great informative session for you. For grade 9, this is the perfect time. Perfect time. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So we'll get started just with the land acknowledgement. So I do want to acknowledge that the land on which I live and work is traditionally cared for by the Haudenosaunee, Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabeg, Seneca, Chippewa, and the Mississaugas of the Credit peoples. And Shad Canada, we acknowledge the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge and philosophies of the Indigenous people with whom we share this land today. Okay, so today I'm here to share with you an amazing program called the Shad program. For everyone on the call, who has heard of Shad? Can you let me know? Yes, I've heard of Shad. No, I've not heard of Shad. Just type it in the chat box. Yes, no. Or you can say it out loud. Yes. No, I have not heard of Shad. Okay, so we have one yes, we have one no. Hearing about it for the first time. Perfect. Thank you, Kenny. That's great. So I think this will be a great session for you. So I'm here to share with you the Shad program. And also this is an opportunity for you to learn one of the things that we do at Shad, which is design thinking. So you'll get a little bit of a taste of the program. So that's me. My name is Michelle McFarlane. I'm Shad's Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Manager. I've been working with Shad for a few years now. I helped to roll out some new equity, diversity, and inclusion initiatives, and I'll talk a little bit about that today, one of which includes the Shad Entrance Scholarships for Black students. So we just rolled out that over the past year, and we have 10 new amazing recipients from across Canada. A fun fact for you, I was a Shad myself 20 years ago. So I think that probably shows you a little bit to how old I am. But when I was a teenager and I was in grade 10, I went to Shad. And I had an amazing experience. I went to Shad Calgary and it was so much fun. And so I'm now working back at Shad Canada as part of an equity, diversity, inclusion lens, so that we can have the full diversity of our country in our program. So what is Shad? So Shad is a STEAM and entrepreneurship program for students in grades 10 and 11. So STEAM, I'll maybe ask this question. Does anybody on the call know what STEAM stands for? You can yell it out if you want. Or put it in the chat box. What is STEAM?
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and management.
Oh, so close. Arts and math. And math. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, and thank you, Kenny. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Good. So that's STEAM. So our program is a STEAM and entrepreneurship program. So it's a really interesting fusion, and it's for high school students in grades 10 and 11. Our program's been running for 40 years. So that's a really long time. We have over 20,000 alumni and counting from over the country. And what we do in our program is we have a hands-on STEAM framework with lectures, workshops, labs, field trips, and at the core of our program is a National Social Innovation Design Challenge. So you actually get to design something really cool. Every year, our program gives out $1 million in financial assistance through bursaries and scholarships for students to actually participate in our program. And about 1 in 3 students that are in our program receive financial assistance through scholarships and bursaries to participate in Shad. So some of those scholarships are, for example, the Shad Entrance Scholarships for Black students, which was released for the first time last year. We also have partner scholarships. So we have amazing partners like the BBPN. We can maybe talk about, we don't have partner scholarships yet with the BBPN, but that might be on the horizon. So I want you to look out for that. And if you're affiliated with any other partners, then you can also receive a scholarship through those relationships. So our purpose with Shad is to ignite youth potential to create lasting impact. So one of the cool things about Shad is that it's hands-on learning. So it's completely interactive. You have lectures of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. You have labs and workshops. There's interdisciplinary design teams. So these are pan-Canadian teams. These are teams from the East Coast, the West Coast, the North, like Nunavut. We have students from Nunavut, from Central Canada. These are teams from across the country that actually work together to tackle what we call a STEAM for Good design challenge. Every year we offer Indigenous programming. We are very passionate about walking that journey of healing and reconciliation for Indigenous communities. And so we offer localized Indigenous knowledge sharing and programming at all of our Shad campuses. We have keynote speakers in our program. These are high-profile speakers and prominent Canadian leaders. So over the past couple of years, we've had speakers, for example, from Disney. We've had a Disney executive speak to our youth. We've had astronauts speak to our youth. We've had people in the tech industry speak to the high school youth. So it's really incredible the amount of people that students get connected to. We're also really passionate about feel very passionate about the fact that our program has been always majority female. So we welcome all genders at Shad, but what we do know is that young women do feel sometimes that they don't feel connected to careers in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And so that's something we're very proud of, that we've always had a majority female program. And I mentioned the 20,000 Shad alumni. So the alumni include CEOs, international academics, social entrepreneurs, healthcare professionals, best-selling authors, and even AI innovators. We have two programs at Shad. One has been with us during our 40-year history. So we have the Shad on-campus option, which is a lived-in option, where you actually get to live on a university campus for a whole month. So for 27 days, you get to live on a university campus. We have 22 university campuses across the country. So students actually get to choose which university campus they want to go to for the whole month. And as part of the 27 days, it's a 24/7 schedule. So that means that you're eating on campus, you're sleeping on campus, you're interacting with peers from all across the country, you have mentors and leaders that are guiding you, and it's part of a robust and ambitious program schedule that we have. For the first time, rolling out from the online sort of world that we were living in from the pandemic, we're actually rolling out this year for the first time our Shad Anywhere program. So Shad Anywhere is a digital option. It is just as action-packed as our in-person program. You get to interact with peers from across the country. It is a 20-day program, 120 hours. And it's a 6-hour schedule with interactive and real-time sessions. And that program is powered by Athabasca University, and it contains content from universities across the country. All of this is taking place during July. So actually we have Shads that are gearing up to participate in our program in just a couple of days. So if you follow us on social media, you'll see a lot of the Shads getting really excited to go to their campus and have a great summer. So here are all the university campuses that we offer our program. You can see we have Memorial, we have UNB, University of New Brunswick, we have University of PEI, and then we have a number of programs within Central Canada, like McMaster, Toronto Metropolitan University, and then we have also the West Coast, like UBC as well, and University of Calgary. Okay, so I know it's really hard when people ask me, well, what exactly do you do at Shad? It's really hard to put that into words. And so I want to share the experience with you through two videos. So one is with Dr. Kingsley Hurlington. Kingsley has been working with Shad as a program director for 16 years. He's incredible, and I really want you to hear his story and what Shad is like through his eyes. And so Kingsley says, you know, he often says that Shad is really an opportunity to connect with a community. It's an opportunity to explore your interests and your curiosities on your journey to finding your passion. So a lot of students that enter a program, some students are not really interested in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, or entrepreneurship, but they might have a budding curiosity. So they may not really know that that's the career that they want for them, but they're really curious about it. And so Shad is an awesome place for that. So I'll let you watch this video from Kingsley. And I'll just make sure that the audio, that you'll be able to hear that. Can you hear that? Can you maybe give me a thumbs up if that's audible to you? Not audible. Okay, so I think I have to share my audio. Let's see. Okay, I'll share my sound. Okay, this should work.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kingsley Hurlington, and I'm the program director for
Is that a bit better?
Shad with Master.
Thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, we can get started.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kingsley Hurlington, and I'm the program director for Shad with Master. to welcome everyone to the Design Entrepreneurship Project. I've been committed to Shad for a very long time. This is my 16th year. There is something truly extraordinary that's happening here. Each summer, I get to work with some of the brightest young men and young women from all across Canada, and I get a chance to see them develop from people who are amazingly, powerfully brilliant in an individual way to something that is remarkable because they are able to benefit from the collective experience of working collaboratively. There's a wide range of things that would capture our attention as Shad. We know that not every kid comes from a family where there's lots of resources. We know that not every kid is dealing with the same kind of challenges in their lives. And I think it's important for us to recognize that if one of the things you do is you look after your grandparents or you look after your sibling, that's valid. Those are meaningful contributions that you can talk about when you're putting together your Shad application. For many years, I was one of the few program directors who was racialized Black, and now this team has diversified as well. So our team of people at Shad Canada has diversified, and the community of Shads has also diversified. While issues of diversity around race, around gender, where all these identities, they certainly do matter, and we don't want to push those things aside. But what we're looking for is excellence. And if you know that you are excellent and you are comfortable in that excellence, then you'll be definitely welcome in the Shad community. You don't have to be the same as anybody else. You need to be you and be excellent. And if you can do that, we're going to celebrate with you.
Okay, can everyone hear that video? Give me a yes, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. I see a thumbs up. Great. Okay, so that was Kingsley. Perfect. So that's Kingsley's perspective of Shad, and I think I love all the faces in that video. I've seen a lot of the youth on that particular campus. I also want to share with you what students are saying. So students say that Shad is an opportunity to explore new things and build new skills with the help of peers and university mentors in a post-secondary environment. So I'll let you watch this video.
Because we are high school students, we're kind of taking that step towards going to university. And so getting that experience before you even enter university gives you kind of a level up. And you're able to understand what university life is like and how different lectures are going to work, how different labs are going to work, and you also kind of get to figure out what you want to do at university. And even if that's not clear, it definitely does kind of give you a general direction.
In school, they give you very specific paths. Being at Shad, I've been able to realize how many other different paths there are. And I think that's like really beneficial because then you're able to find something that you're truly passionate about that you would have not known of before.
I've always had kind of an inclination towards neurosciences and medical programs. The program has really helped me solidify my views on what it is I want to pursue in post-secondary.
You can follow these passions and you can have fun while doing it. I was always worried that like I'm gonna go into university, I'm gonna go to engineering, and I'm just gonna be stuck in like some office job. But I'm seeing these people, these mentors that come in and teach us, and they're having these awesome jobs that I really want to go into. And then they also show us how you can get there. So like all these workshops, all these presentations, they've given me direction and purpose in my like direction in life.
Okay, very good. So you've heard from Kingsley, Dr. Kingsley Hurlington, you've heard from a few students. Shad is different for a lot of students. It really depends on what you are kind of looking for in the experience. So what I want you to think about is what parts of the story, either from Kingsley or from the students, did you connect with? And what does your passion look like? How can we start identifying opportunities where we can increase our confidence? And how do you think the Shad program could help build and answer some of those questions? So what do we do at Shad? So we bring together youth, which I talked about bringing together youth from all across the country to help them find their authentic voice, help them find their purpose in the pursuit for STEAM for good. So we have lots of lectures, we have workshops, coffee houses, field trips, labs, and even design challenges. So I can give you a couple of examples. For lectures, students have participated in anything from aerospace engineering to entrepreneurship type lectures to environmental studies to economics. So there's a wide range of lectures that you get exposed to. There's workshops, we have coffee houses, field trips. I visited the Shads at Shad York University, which is based out of Ontario. Last year, they actually visited LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a social media sort of website. You might be familiar with LinkedIn. Some students, they visited Google. So you get chances to visit some high-tech firms. There's labs and of course the design challenge. So the design challenge is an opportunity to design something with a real world impact, and you do that with your peers. In this picture, you can see at the top, there's some students participating in sort of a science lab. I think they're looking at some insects under the microscope. There's also opportunities to work with ecology. So you get to go out in the field and do sort of like environmental type work. And students usually do camping. So when I went to Shad, I went to Shad Calgary. So I live in Ontario, but I actually took a flight out to Calgary to participate in the University of Calgary Shad program. It was the first time I'd ever been to Calgary in my life. And I went camping as part of the Shad program. So we do that at many of our campuses. You can see the students in the bottom left picture. They're actually singing songs around the campfire. So Shad, we talked a lot about post-secondary academics. You get exposed to the academics in a university. So this might be the first time that you step into a university, maybe the first time that you even step into a lecture. You'll get access or participate in seminars and workshops from community leaders, faculty and industry experts, and really get a deeper understanding of STEAM for good, what we call STEAM for good. And that real world design challenge. So in this picture, you can actually see a group of youth that are presenting a product. So during the 27 days, you work in teams and you get to design something really cool that will have a real world impact. So this team actually designed a backpack that would have some benefits for health. And I don't know all of the details of this backpack, but you can see that they're actually doing what we call a pitch. Now, does anybody on the call, does anyone know what an entrepreneurial pitch is? You can like shout it out or put in the chat box. What is a pitch? Yes, okay, good, pure gold. Can you tell us what a pitch is? Maybe type it or yell it out.
Okay, so an entrepreneurship speech is selling your business or talking about your business in few minutes, summarizing everything about the business, the benefit, the goal, something that's very captivating in just a couple of minutes.
Yes, very good. You have to sell your product in just maybe a couple of minutes. So at the end of the program, the students, they have to do a pitch. So they design something and they pitch it or do a short presentation to a panel of experts. So that's exactly what's happening in this picture. You can see the young woman, she's wearing the backpack, and her colleague, he's talking about the product. And so it's a really exciting time for youth to design something and then really see it come to life. So every year our design challenge changes. So, this timeline is showing you that how the design challenge has changed from 2012 to 2021. So in 2021, students were designing around the question of how might we help Canadians treat our fresh water with more respect? In 2020, students designed around how might we leverage space as a creative research platform to advance humankind? And we can see that there's challenges from everything from food security to transportation to food waste. One of the coolest things about the 2020 challenge is that students actually got to create something that went to space. So the students actually created a payload that was sent with Blue Origin, and that actually went up to space. It must have been last summer. So that was incredible. And one of the students from our Shad program is doing mechatronics engineering. So it's been an incredible experience for a lot of our youth. So I talked a lot about design and pitches and that sort of thing. So I want you to get a taste of what the Shad program is like. So this is just a small activity for you. So we call this Design for the Future, Empathy, Technology, and the Physical World. So this is meant to just be a little bit of fun. Okay, this is something called a persona. So I want to maybe test you a little bit. Does anybody know what a persona is? So if you're a tech entrepreneur, or just an entrepreneur, what is a persona? You can yell it out or type it or take your wildest guess. Persona. Yes, go ahead. Oh, I think someone was trying to give us an answer. Does anybody know what a persona is? You can say yes, no. No, okay. A persona, so if you're perhaps a tech entrepreneur, a persona is a personality. It's not actually a real person. So Kiana here is a personality type. She's not a real person, but she's a personality that we're familiar with. And actually, Kiana is a personality that a lot of young Canadians might be familiar with. So Kiana, she loves to write nonfiction articles and short stories, but some of her frustrations is her commute to school. So entrepreneurs will sometimes use what we call a persona to help design something for real people that will have a real life impact. And so we use personas to help us design cool things that will help people. And so Kiana is really interesting because she wants to be a journalist and an author. And there's a lot of things that are kind of frustrating for her in her day-to-day. And one of the things I've highlighted in yellow. So Kiana says, sometimes I get so immersed in my writing that I miss the bus. So she loves to write. She wants to be a journalist and she writes. She's always writing. She writes so much that sometimes, zoom, the bus just goes by. And so if you're kind of thinking in a creative brainstorming space, you might want to help fix this problem for Kiana. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to help fix it. We're going to help fix this problem by designing something cool. Okay, before I move on, does anybody know a friend, a family member, or even yourself that's like Kiana? Who knows somebody like Kiana? Someone who likes to write, wants to be a journalist maybe? You can type it in the chat box. Oh, me. Bobo, is that you? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, pure gold. Good. That's awesome. There you go. So you can see that personas are really helpful. Yeah, there's a few people on this call that relate to Kiana. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so I love that there's a person here that's just like Kiana. So we're going to try and design something cool for Kiana. So what we do is we start off by identifying the problem. So we have to say something like, Kiana needs a way to catch the bus because she gets so immersed in her writing. That's the issue. Then we have to think of the situation. Okay, what's the situation? Okay, so Kiana's walking to the bus stop and zoom, the bus just passes her by. Okay. So the next step is we have to start thinking about what are some non-technology based objects in this situation where Kiana is walking and misses the bus. So I've given you a few examples. Kiana probably has a pencil in her backpack, maybe. She probably has a notepad. Can you think of some other non-tech objects in this situation? And you can write them in the chat box. Anything that is non-technology based. A bag, good. Yes, perfect. A bag, umbrella, good. What else? What are some other objects that Kiana might have that have nothing to do with technology? What about shoes? She's probably wearing shoes. Yeah. A jacket, exactly. A racer, good. What else would be kind of on her, around her? A hat, good. Pants, clothes, right. She's probably wearing clothes. A shirt, pants. Yes, I hope that she's wearing clothes. Boots, good. Water, okay, maybe she has a bottle of water. Maybe. Good, these are great ideas. Good, so now you're thinking these are all objects that have nothing to do with technology. Okay, good. Why am I asking you to do this? Because there's this really cool thing called the inspiration of things, called IoT. You can actually take ordinary everyday objects, just like a shirt, a bag, a hat, and you put sensors in it, and it helps you to do things. So for example, you could take an everyday umbrella and you put sensors in it, and it tells you that it's going to rain. Or you take an everyday belt and you put sensors in it, and it tells you how to find your way around. Like it vibrates, it tells you go forward, go back, go left, go right. Or how about a jacket that gives you a hug whenever someone gives you a like on Facebook or Instagram? So I know these sound really crazy, but the reality is that these are actually in development in the real world. So these are pieces of technology that people are actually developing. It's kind of cool. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to pretend that it's the future. Let's pretend it's the year 2041. That's like 20 years from now. We're going to think about some object that will help Kiana catch the bus, and we're going to like design it. We're going to put little sensors in it. So as a group, I want us to choose one object to design around. It could be the hat, the shirt, the shoes, the bag. I want you to put in the chat box, what object should we design around? A hoverboard. Oh, but a hoverboard has technology in it. Okay, let's not jump too far. Let's choose one object that doesn't have any technology. So it could be the shoes, the hat. Oh, one object that is on her body. On her body. So she has to be like wearing this. Or she has like a pencil or a notepad. Jacket. Okay, jacket. I like jacket. I'm going to write this down. Jacket. Jacket. Okay, we are going to design a type of jacket for Kiana that's going to help her catch the bus. We're going to put some technology in it to help her catch the bus. Okay. Let's think. I'm going to draw here. I'm going to draw. It's a jacket. What could we put in the jacket that's a sensor that would help Kiana to catch the bus? Oh, someone says backpack. Okay, let's stick with jacket. We're going to stick with jacket. What can we put in the jacket? That's a tech object that will help her to catch the bus. A sensor to let her know the bus is approaching. Good, yes, exactly. You could put like a GPS or something in here. I don't know, it's like a map. I'm trying to draw a map here. It's a sensor and it says like, hey, Kiana, like the bus is coming. And then she goes to the bus. So yeah, good. A motion sensor, good. I like that motion sensor. So let's think about the sensor a bit. So how does that work? Does it vibrate? Like, what does it do? Does it give her a map? What does the sensor do? Oh, it talks. Okay. So it says, it's going to talk. So it says like, hey, Kiana, hey, the bus is here. Okay, that might work. Very good. That's a good idea. What else could we do? What other sensors could we add to the jacket to help her catch the bus? Oh, it beeps. Okay, so noise. Good. So we're using like noise. Now, Bobo, does it have to beep or could it be maybe another sound? Let's be creative. Doesn't always have to be beep, beep, beep. What else could we do? Vibrate, yeah. Or what I was thinking is music, like maybe your favorite tune, you know, like your favorite song you could play. Good. I like the vibrating one. That's very good. So it actually vibrates. Now I'm a terrible drawer. You guys are having to deal with me here. Vibrate. How am I going to do that? Okay, vibrate. Okay, one more. Just think of one more. Maybe a shirt that talks louder when the bus is getting closer. Oh, very nice. Ipti, that's great. Okay, so it talks. And Ipti, what does the jacket say? What does it say? Does it say like, oh, the bus is here? Oh, 5 minutes away. Okay, very smart. 5 minutes away. Yeah. Okay, let me write that. 5 minutes away. Good. I mean, I think some of these are viable, could go to market, maybe. I'm no tech entrepreneur, but this sounds pretty good. Well done. Well done. Okay. So you can see that Shad is an opportunity for you to have fun. It's not school. This is a program to level up and explore a world of opportunities and surround yourself by a community of like-minded youth. Okay. Oh, Bobo has something funny. What about something that makes me feel good, like your special ride or pilot is here? Yeah, it could say anything. It could say anything. Okay. So good ideas. So what happens after Shad? So when you do the program, you become an alumni. So you can see that we have alumni from all across the country. We have 20,000 alumni. You can see they're from all corners of Canada. They're from rural areas. They're from urban areas. We have lots of youth from the East Coast. We're hoping to get more youth like you from the East Coast participating in our program. And so we have the full diversity of our country in our program. So you become part of this network of amazing and inspiring Shad alum. So one of the cool benefits of the Shad program is that you can actually earn high school credits depending on where you live. So since many of you are from the East Coast, you may be able to earn a high school credit through Nova Scotia or Prince Edward Island for participating in the Shad program. If you also do the International Baccalaureate program or IB program, you can get a credit for that as well. The other amazing thing about Shad is that once you finish the program, you have access to exclusive entrance scholarships for universities. And so, for example, if you really want to go to University of New Brunswick, once you become a Shad alumni, there is a UNB Shad entrance scholarship that's available to you that you can apply for. And that scholarship is only for Shad alumni. So that can really help just financially with that post-secondary pathway and sort of opening doors of opportunity for you. So we can see here there's entrance scholarships available through Shad with University of New Brunswick, PEI, Memorial, and Mount Allison. So here are our award winners for the first year for the Shad entrance scholarships for Black students. This is the first time we've been running the scholarship program. And so I encourage you, if you really want to go to Shad and you're really interested in it, I would encourage you to apply for the entrance scholarships for Black students. And so this scholarship will cover the full program fee of the program. The only thing it doesn't cover is travel. So if you really want to, you want to travel and you want to go to Calgary, or maybe you want to go to British Columbia, the scholarship wouldn't cover the travel piece, but it does cover the full program fee. We also want to let students know that the program is quite expensive because you're staying on campus. Remember, it covers your meals, it covers your eating, your sleeping, all your activities. And so it is a high program fee. But if you apply for scholarships, I want you to look out for potential scholarships through the BBPN as well, as we talk about our connections there. And also, I would encourage you also to apply for bursaries. So I'd mentioned that 1 in 3 students that are participate in our program receive a full bursary or a partial bursary for the program. And that is dependent on financial need. Okay, so how do you apply to Shad? So you can go to our website, www.shad.ca. Applications open in the fall. So when applications open in September, you would click apply, then you would begin your application. You can begin and save it, begin and save it, begin and save it. So you can just leave it there and just keep returning to it. We do ask for some references. You can maybe get a teacher or maybe a mentor from the BBPN, for example. We just ask that your reference is not mom or dad or a cousin. And then you can submit all of those pieces of your application in December. So there's lots of time to apply to Shad. And so I'm here at the BBPN to share this with you so that you can start thinking about it over the summer. And so you can see that Shad starts in September. The Shad application opens September 15th and it closes December 1st. So you have many months between September and December to apply to the program. And then if you're accepted into the program, you'll get notice in February. And every year our program runs in July. So Shad is a summer program. It's 1 month in July. So typically runs from July 2nd to the 28th. So if you're really curious about some of the stuff that kids will be doing this summer, I encourage you to follow us on Instagram. You'll see a lot of kids starting July 3rd, starting to share some of the activities that they're doing at Shad. Okay, and that's it. I know that this is a lot shorter than we planned, but I hope that gives you an overview of the Shad program. So I'm free to answer any questions that you have, and we will come back. We definitely want to come back.
Good day, everyone. My name is Paul. I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm 17 years old, and I know this program is for grade 11s and grade 10s, but I'm about to start my second year in university, and I attend University of New Brunswick in Fredericton. So I just wanted to ask if there is a university program for Shad, in like UNB campus or anything.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, a university. We've just recently, and I can't give you the name of the program because it's very new. So what I would
Right.
ask you to do is just to keep checking. There is a
Okay.
program-ish that's running for Shad alum on university campuses, but nothing that I'm aware of if you're not a Shad alum. I'm sorry, not yet.
That's
Not,
okay. All right.
okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, I think we have a question. Oh, I enjoyed the program today. Great, Bobo. Is there anybody that's interested in applying to Shad on this call? You can say yes, no, you can put your hands up. Oh, awesome. Yay. Oh, good. Yeah. So this is fantastic because there's tons of time. So we don't always do these presentations so early in advance. You guys have like tons of time to think about Shad. So we'll definitely come back with the BBPN support, of course, and do more presentations. And I do want you all to just keep connected, keep thinking about Shad, learning about the application, because I know that when school starts, you know, it gets really busy. So keep connected, keep looking out for other opportunities, and you can always email me too. So I'll give my email. Yes, there's a question. Ovunda.
Thank you, Michelle, for this wonderful presentation. I appreciate it so much. I would just like to ask, for people that would be interested to apply for the program, what's the selection criteria? Because I believe there might be a lot of applications, and definitely not everybody might make it into the program. Is there a selection criteria or something that you're looking at? You know, so if anyone is applying, they would know, what to include.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing that up.
Beside the grade 10 and grade 11, I know that's the window, grade 10 and grade 11. Yeah, so beside that, is there anything that we would like to know, as we need to know to help anyone who is interested in applying for the program?
Yes, definitely. And that's my fault. I skipped, I must have skipped over that piece. So we know that there's excellence and brilliance in all youth across the country. And so there's no one thing that I can say that we're looking for.
What did you like? You said you liked.
Other than curious youth that are looking to be change makers in their communities. So we want to hear from you. We want to know all the things that you do. So on the application, you'll see there's a list that you'll fill out all the activities you're involved in, whether it's tutoring or helping your sibling at home, or just helping out in your community. Maybe you do work with the BBPN or Black Student Association. Maybe you help out at a spiritual place like church. We want to know all the things that you like to do and are involved in. And so our application criteria is very holistic. We're looking for youth that are creative and curious and engaged in their communities. It's a very holistic criteria. We do ask for an academic transcript, but we're not at all looking for students that have 99% average or anything like that. We simply are looking for youth that are curious and engaged. And so the academic component of it, the transcript, is not a huge part of our application at all. And so we love to hear your story. That's what I tell students all the time. It's students say, what's the best thing I can do for my Shad application? Tell us your story. Tell us about your family life, if you'd like. Tell us about the things that you like to do. If you like to write poetry at home, tell us about the aspirations that you have for the future. If you're thinking about the future, what is it that you want to do? We want to hear all of those things. And so in the application, there's the activity list, and there's 4 essay questions. They're not really essays, they're just one paragraph. So it's a 1 paragraph response, and to various questions from how would you solve this problem, to tell us more about something you're interested in. And so they're really like open-ended questions that give students an opportunity to share with us what makes them amazing. And so we want you to share with us what makes you amazing, and that is what we're looking for.
Okay, thank you. Beside the application, is there like maybe say a test or something? Like from what you're saying, while filling the application, there are a few questions they're going to ask. So beside that, is there any other stage
No.
that applicants will have to go through? So
No.
with the applications, then you make your selections from there.
Correct. So students will submit their written application, and we can support with writing. We often do workshops, writing workshops, to help students with the questions, because I know some students, they're just not sure what to say. And so we can help with a writing workshop. But after you submit your application, there's nothing else to do. So
Okay.
from there, you know, we just select the applicants, and a lot of it has to do with the amount of spaces that we have available. So we take about 1,100 students every year. So students out of the 1,100, there's about 1,000 of them are on campus, and about 100 of them this year are in our online program. And spaces open up every year as we are growing, and availability as time goes on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, I should remind you, there's the on-campus option and also the online option. So you can totally do Shad from home. The online program this year is super exciting. If you follow us on Instagram, students are getting a big box that's coming to their door, a big Shad box with all kinds of goodies and fun stuff inside to have fun for the month. So that program is remarkable. We have Canadian students and international students involved in that program as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, other questions? Okay. It's great to have BOTA NB and Pure Gold Foundation as community partners in youth empowerment. We hope to continue to plan workshops with these organizations to ensure we reach wider audiences in New Brunswick. Thank you, Faith, for joining. Oh, great. Oh, that's Olayton. Yes, Olayton. Thank you. Thank you, Olayton. Olayton is a champion for Shad. I do want to let everyone know how much of a support she has been to our organization. We're so thankful. She will be joining us in the Shad Anywhere program, I think doing a workshop, if I'm not mistaken. So we're super excited and building a partnership and connections with the BBPN. So please keep looking out for anything else on the horizon. Any other questions? How do I join the online program? That's a good question. So when you apply to the Shad program for next year, so when you start applying in the fall, you will see there's two options. You can do Shad on campus or Shad anywhere. And you can say, oh, I want to do on campus only, or you can say, oh, I want to do the online program only, or you can say, it doesn't matter, choose one for me, it's okay. So when you apply, you'll see that there is a box that you can check which option you would like to join. Does that answer your question? Okay. Okay, great. Yes, thank you. We do a lot of workshops, so stay engaged with us. We often will bring a Shad alumni. So we have a few Shad alumni from New Brunswick and the East Coast PI. Not a few, sorry, we have a lot. We have hundreds. And so we often will bring a Shad alum, sorry, thousands probably. We bring a Shad alum on our call. to join us, and that they can give you a student perspective. So I want you to keep posted to get that student perspective of the program. Okay, where do we go to join the online program? So when you apply to the Shad program, you will check the box that says which program you want to do. So you'll check the box that says in-person or online. So both the in-person and online program, they both run in July. So it's not open right now, it's for 2024. So you have to wait until the fall to apply for Shad 2024. I believe we get all relevant information. Yes, that's right. So if you go to www.shad.ca, everything is there. And then I also encourage you to visit our Instagram because there will be pictures posted of the program so that you can get a better sense of it. Any other questions? I hope that that this is helpful. Shad has been a transformative experience for a lot of youth, including myself when I was a teenager. And we are just so passionate about reaching youth from all corners of Canada. So I really hope that this is interesting and something that you want to join for us next year for Shad 2024. Okay, Ovenda, I'll maybe leave it to you now.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle. It's been a wonderful presentation, and I must really say it's very impressive. It's something that every parent would want for their children, especially when they're about transiting from the high school into the university. While you were even making this presentation, I was thinking about a youth program. Like I work with Black Lives Matters, and we have a youth coordinator. I'm just like, I told her about this program, but she was not able to make it. And she has, especially with Black youths. So I'm just thinking how this would really impact, the youth she's, talking with. And she also has that opportunity to meet with their parents and all that. So it's something I'm definitely going to talk to her about. And she makes some drop-ins to some of the schools here in St. John. And it's really going to be a program that will interest most parents. So I'm going to take it up from here as well to ensure that this information is passed on. So I really want to appreciate you for this awesome presentation. Definitely, we're going to ensure that this words go out there and it gets to the ears of those that will really benefit from it. So thank you very much. I would like to, at this point, I don't know if anyone has any other thing to say. If no other one, I'd like to hand over to Olaita.
Thank you everyone for joining. I'll just type. Thank you. I think it's Andrew that is coordinating.
Okay. Sir Andrew. Hello, Sir Andrew, are you there?
Okay, so he might be engaged. I'd seen Michelle earlier, and just want to say again that this really means a lot to us and to our community. We can't thank you enough for the knowledge and for the resources that you bring on board. You make accessible to our community, to our professionals, to all of us who are right here. And we look forward to checking out the page, everyone, checking out the Shad platform, so you can check out the programs that they have and how it will be useful to our wards or children. I think we need more of these kind of resources because we have peculiar needs, we have peculiar challenges, and I believe that platforms and programs like Shad really go a long way in bridging the gap. Again, thank you, Michelle, for your time, for your insight, for your experience, and we really appreciate it. Definitely with your email address, don't be surprised to get a flood of emails from everyone here and everyone we reach out to afterwards. And we know that you will still make yourself available to us and accessible to us when we call on you again to provide more insights and assistance or guidance. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Shad. Thank you, everyone who is here. To our community partners, Pure Gold, God bless you. Thank you for being here as well. Ovunda, Sir Andrew, everyone, thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to keep connected for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.